Visit budgetbreaks.com. Breaks starting at just $100.
We are inviting you to lunch this morning, not here at Channel 3, but actually to go to Redstone Estates on March 15th. Carol Fincher is here, a frequent guest of ours from Redstone, and with her is Amy French, who is with the Alzheimer's Association here in Chattanooga. And the reason for the invite, not because it's just a beautiful place to be,
right,
but y'all are having a lunch and learn specifically about Alzheimer's and what people need to know. Is that right, Carol?
Yes, that's right, absolutely. And we would love for everyone to come and join us. And I think Amy will tell you more about why you should come and join us, besides the delicious lunch, of course.
You do kind of want to pass the baton to Amy because this is a true passion of yours. We were chatting a little bit before the cameras went on about some things I've heard recently about Alzheimer's, and you jumped up because you want people to hear the right information.
Absolutely.
And that's what they're going to hear.
Yeah. It is my passion, it's my job, but it's also my passion to be sure that people have correct information so they can make informed decisions that are in their own best interest and the best interest of those, in the case of Alzheimer's, many times they're caring for, who simply can't make a decision because they don't have the ability to make that decision any longer.
Okay, so let me tell you the who, what, when, where, and then we'll get into the why. So it is March 15th, 11:30. At Redstone Estates. If you don't know where that is, it's off of East Brainerd Road, Concord Road area. And we're going to give you a phone number. Believe it or not, you can just call and schedule. They want a reservation,
right,
so you can get fed, but there is no fee.
Yes, no charge.
Okay.
Just want to have enough food so nobody goes away hungry.
All right, so now I want to get into the kind of what to expect and the why, because this is open, you say, for everybody, whether you're a caregiver, whether you're newly diagnosed, whether you're an adult child, whether it's not even touching you at the moment, but you want to make sure you know what you might need to know. Is that
Absolutely.
correct?
This is information that's really vital to everyone. Over the past several decades, Alzheimer's disease has been a research topic that has increased because the prevalence has increased, and the cost of the disease to Medicare and Medicaid and to the general population has gone up. So it's vital from that perspective, and also from the humankind perspective, that we continue to work hard to find a cure and an effective treatment.
Okay, so I would think that if this is touching your life now, there's a real desperation that you feel. So I don't want to try to say anything negative about anybody, but do people need to be careful what they listen to?
They absolutely do. You know, as you said, people are desperate to find a cure and a treatment and a way to prevent developing Alzheimer's disease or other forms of dementia. And there are things that we can do to reduce our risk factors, but there's no known cure, and there's up until recently, no effective treatment. But now we do have an effective treatment. This has come to light just in the past few months. There are medications that are now available that can stop the plaques that develop on the brain that create Alzheimer's disease.
Really?
Yes.
I don't want to make you get into that too much, but in case there is somebody who can't be there on the 15th, while I've got you, can you share a little bit?
Sure. So Alzheimer's disease is caused by proteins that attack the brain and create plaques and tangles. And research has been going on for decades to find a way to stop the development of those plaques and tangles. There is now an FDA drug that is approved that can stop the development in the early stages of the disease of the plaques that form on the brain that create Alzheimer's disease.
Okay.
The most unfortunate thing about that medication is, as of yet, CMS or Medicare has not yet approved the payment of that drug. And that makes it inequitable. That makes it impossible for most people to access this medication. That is, in my professional and personal opinion, outrageous. It is the only medication that the FDA has approved that Medicare has not validated payment for.
Okay, so on the 15th, I'm sure that this will come up.
Oh, absolutely.
As part of the conversation. So will people be able to learn what they might be able to do to petition?
Absolutely.
that?
I'm so glad you asked that question. There will be a call to action. We'll explain to people how to contact your legislator and let him or her know that you want CMS or Medicare to approve the payment of this medication so that all who are affected and all who could potentially benefit have the opportunity to make that decision to do so if they choose.
Do you know what the monthly cost is without insurance?
The yearly cost is over $26,000.
Okay,
Wow.
that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
However, if I'm just going to throw it out there, if you're watching and you're desperate,
Right.
that year matters. So if you've got the
Absolutely.
$26,000, talk to your doctor, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, advocate for yourself if you have the opportunity to do so. And certainly, you know, we are encouraging people and assisting people in having the tools to advocate on behalf of their possible future needs and the current needs of those who are affected.
Okay, possibly a really dumb question on my part, but that's okay, here I go. You mentioned that it's a protein buildup, right? We eat a lot of protein in this country. Is that a problem?
So proteins in regard to how our body uses them are not like protein that we eat.
Not
meat.
chicken.
Yeah, it's not like chicken and meat. Proteins are actually, if we think back to biology 101 in 8th grade, proteins are the building blocks of cells. They're agents in our body, not just our brain, but in our entire body, that help our cells function the way that they're supposed to. And the proteins in the case of Alzheimer's disease are proteins that are normally there and normally help our body. But for reasons we don't yet understand, they begin to attack the brain rather than help the brain. So that's the difference. And I'm glad you asked that question because there's, you know, proteins it becomes a toss-up term.
It's a buzzword.
It
kind
is,
of,
yeah, sure.
So, okay, I mean, I could talk to you all day. If you would sit here, and I'm sure people feel the same way, you're not going to have all day on the 15th. With the minute I have left, would you advise people after they've called, or you can go to Eventbrite if you want to and find it that way and sign up, should they bring a list of questions with them? Are you going to have a panel of people?
Sure. We're not going to have a panel of people. They're going to be stuck with me. But I will certainly entertain questions and answer. And my, I do not claim to be an expert. I do not know everything there is to know about the new medications and the new treatments, but I can help you find the answers if I can't answer your question.
Yeah. Listen, I've had my own issue before in my life that was a medical thing, and I got my answers, and it took a long time, but the way I finally got my answer was I didn't leave any stone unturned.
Absolutely.
And I would talk and talk and talk to anybody who I felt might be able to help me, and I just pursued it at a lot of doctors' frustration, I think, but that's what I did. So that's how you...
That's the situation most people who are affected by Alzheimer's are in. So we're delighted and so pleased to partner with Redstone to bring this event, and we welcome all who'd like to come.
It's an excellent partnership. Thank you. And
thank you.
So this month's topic is the Alzheimer's. Next month it'll be something different, and Carol will help us get that word out too. So you're always welcome to call them at Redstone Estates 541-9300. That's how you can go ahead and get on that list for March 15th. But they might also be able to tell you what they're going to be doing in the months to come. And then look for Amy to be there with the Alzheimer's Association on March 15th at 11:30. You can go to Eventbrite if you want to register as well. Thank you both.
Thank you, Julie.
They remind us of the wonder of living.